Hi, and welcome to Intentional Excellence, the podcast where we explore ways to strive for greatness for your personal, professional, and all aspects of your life. This is Candice Ruggiero, your host, motivational speaker, educator, mentor, former school owner, and proud founder of Gentle Strength Connection, my new venture to empowering women and building the resilience. Tonight, I am excited to have with us Sarah Hutchins. And Sarah is a dedicated financial educator and she has a unique background in leadership. Before we move further, let me first introduce Sarah to you. So, Sarah is a dedicated professional who transitioned from a decade long career in education to the financial services industry, driven by the lack of financial education in schools and her passion for empowering teachers and women. After her father's cancer diagnosis, she sought more time for family and realized the importance of financial literacy and independence. Now, Sarah is a division leader at Primerica and a first year tax preparer at Jackson Hewitt. She combines her expertise in personal finance and tax preparation with a deep commitment to helping others. Her mission is to educate the community on building financial brokerages, acquiring high paying skills, and establishing generational wealth. Sarah believes in creating lasting financial legacies, especially for those who may not have had access to such knowledge in the past, particularly teachers and women. To all my viewers, I am so um, proud and excited to welcome Sarah Hutchins in my podcast. Yay! Hi,
Thank you.
Sarah.
Hi. Thank you so much, Candace, for the pleasure of collaborating with you. Ever since I met you, my body has the chills because I love what you're doing for the community and for women and anyone who, is looking to elevate their life. So I truly appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and speak to your viewers.
Yeah, Sarah. And likewise, when I met you also, Sarah and I just recently met. We connected in one of the women's networking and instantly we connected. And we both realized that we have the same background. We actually both
Yes,
came from the field of education and we separated ways in order to further improve ourselves. So it was so. I guess we were meant to. We were meant to meet at some point, Sarah.
yes, yes. Whatever spirituality you have, I
Mhm.
think everything happens for a reason, and I truly appreciate, meeting you and
Yes.
opening this door. Yes,
And part of when I connect with my guests, I always make sure that collaboration happens after, because you know what, you and I have the same goal, which is to empower others, teachers, women. And I think just joining forces or just having friendship and all of that can build whatever, the connection and whatever goals we have, to help others, right? So I'm
definitely,
looking
definitely.
forward to, like, after this,
Oh,
connecting with you
yes,
outside of the podcast.
yes, and
All
like
right,
you
so
said.
Sarah, yeah,
Oh, sorry.
go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say yes. Definitely, and just the community that we are a part of. I'm new to that, and I look forward to more opportunities to grow and meet all of you.
Yes, looking forward to meeting you in person as well. All right, so Sarah, let's start with the heart of the podcast, which is intentional excellence. To me, striving for excellence and greatness in all aspects of your life by being deliberate, purposeful, and intentional with your actions, words, and decisions. Um, Let me share with you a quick story on how I use this in my life. I was 23 years old, Sarah, when I was lucky to open my own school in the Philippines. At the age of
Wow.
23, while others were partying or planning what they want to do with their lives, I was setting up a school. I was just fortunate. Was it easy? No, it was hard. But I had a goal and vision in my head, Sarah. I juggled. um, all the roles. I set up, I did the curriculum, I did ordering, the finances, the budgeting, the marketing, even sometimes driving the school bus, hiring the teachers and staff. And then, yes, it was hard, but it was fulfilling. I wanted to be
Yeah.
successful. So, in order for me to be successful, Sarah, is I had to be intentional and purposeful in everything that I did. So, all those roles that I played, I had to make sure that I was meeting every task for each role. And honest and I was very lucky and fortunate that it became successful, that on the second year, Sarah, I was able to open another branch.
Oh
All
my gosh.
because of
Wow.
that vision. All because of that vision and goal and being intentional. So
Right.
Sarah, how about you? How do you apply the concept of being intentional in either your professional or personal life, Sarah?
I love that you mentioned that. I, you know, commend you so much for all that you did. I know that running a school is, first of all, just running a school in general, but doing all the hats that you wore there. I had many hats in the classroom as well, but not riding the school bus and all of that. But
Oh, I'm sure you can
you're
do it. I'm sure you'll be able to do that as well.
you're so right that you know in life, business, whatever you choose, you really do have to be intentional.
Mhm.
Um, I would say that, like, if you're not, it will be like, the people that spin plates and then you're all over the
Mhm.
place and it's sometimes you don't know all the ways to be intentional and
Yes,
having a group that or,
support you.
a mentor definitely has helped in my transition and my growth because they've done it before and now I'm able to help my students to do the same thing.
Okay.
But I agree with you that, like, in this life, every action, it leads to
Mhm.
something,
Right.
so you really have to choose carefully. But at the same time, in building a business, being, having that crusade, as we would say, that you have that purpose of the classroom. um I know I'm getting a little off in my thoughts, but like you said, it's like if your intention is pure
Mhm.
to help people, help students, then you're going to carefully choose each path that you have
Yes.
to help yourself elevate and help them to elevate.
And I do believe that when we're intentional, Sarah, we're saving time, we are
Yes.
maximizing our potential, and we're really targeting the right people. Because
Yes.
not everybody, people are nice, but not everybody means well. Not everybody is on your path to greatness,
Right.
and
Hmm.
everybody wants to succeed at some point, right? So by being
Yes.
intentional, we're really targeting all aspects in order for us to be successful, right?
Yes, I love that. And like you said, I feel like in the school system, you try to really help everybody, but you have to learn who's really
Right.
going to elevate with you on that path,
Yes.
and not everybody is. So,
And I'm
yes.
sure with your clients as well, with your financial business, I feel like yes, you meet them. They consult with you initially, right? You know already who's interested and not. And then
Right.
you know who will really go with you on your path,
Mhm.
right? So because you're very intentional and you know who can lead you to that path as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Another big area of my podcast is resilience. And
Hmm.
building resilience for me, Sarah, has been something I've been doing all my life. Like just, building that school. I needed to be resilient. Now, another
Right.
aspect of my life, Sarah, where I really had to prove my resilience is I live in three continents, okay?
Wow.
I was born in the Philippines. I grew up there, born there, grew up there. Lived in Australia for 4 years.
Ooh,
moved to America, where I've been here like 20 something years. And while in America, I lived in New York, Connecticut, and Florida.
ooh,
So
I love
just
it.
moving to different countries, I had to adapt. I had to
Right.
adjust to the ways, the culture, the language, the personalities of the people, the way of life. So for if I did not use resilience, I would have lost. I would have just given up, pack up, and just go back to the Philippines. But where I am right now in America, like the greatest country in the world, because of that resilience. But can I share with you something? The hardest country for me was was Australia. Why?
Oh,
Why? Only because it was the first move out of the Philippines. And
okay.
then, although they speak English, they have this unique slang, Sarah. So
Uh-huh.
I was at a bar with my coworkers, right? One night, it was like right after work. One of them was like, Candice, it's your turn to shout. So I'm like, why do I have to shout? They started laughing at me because shout means it's your turn to like pay the tap or pay the bill. So I'm like, all right. And also, why is it the hardest? Driving right hand side of the road. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
don't laugh. Took me three takes to pass the
I don't
driving
know if
test.
I could do it.
It's so hard. So like I'm saying,
I don't even like driving too much regular.
just you're really telling your brain to go on the other side. So I had to really build my resilience. But am I proud of being in all these countries? Very, very much, because I feel like I am who I am right now, Sarah, because of those um experiences. And it could have been a defining moment, a change of place, but I look at it as if it's a lesson for me.
Yes.
Sarah, what about you? Do you have, like, let's say, a defining moment that made you who you are as a person and like made you overcome challenges?
Uh, what,
It could be personal or professional.
yes, I mean, there's several moments. I can't really say that there's one in particular, but you know, I think, like you said, with transitioning, for you, for me, when I first transitioned from high school to college, I wanted to, move away from the house. I wanted to explore, I wanted to go to a different state and all of that. And once I got what I wanted, it wasn't all is cracked up to be. But like you said, like
Yeah.
through thick and thin, I really feel like there's a lot of value in that because I am willing to walk into doors independently where a lot of my friends and a lot of even my family, they won't try something new or they won't do something new because everybody's not doing it.
Hmm.
Where I feel like this has really helped me to um, be not only with my students when I taught in the exceptional student
Okay.
classroom, special needs classroom, where I thought outside the box to help like one of the
Yes.
most violent students in the school. I helped to help him find his voice because I was really just wanted to help him and I was willing to sit there and see what is going to help him learn, help him be comfortable. And then to today,
Hmm.
being able to choose an entrepreneur
Hmm.
journey versus a lot of my friends won't do it because it's not a W-2 and it's not
Right.
safe and it's not their comfort. But I see that in a job that I had, doing the same skills that I did it for my bosses. And I see that, I love helping people. I
Hmm.
love, collaborating with businesses and other individuals like yourself. So I know it takes resilience because, Rome wasn't built in a day, as they
Yes.
say, and
Yes.
businesses weren't built in a day, but just you don't get time back, kind of thing. And through, of course, my dad's cancer was
Mhm.
definitely another, uh,
Moment.
just a roller coaster. It just random cancer, always been healthy. It went away. It came back dramatically, and everything in me wanted to stop and just, stop
Yeah.
life and all of that. Um, but my mentors commend me because I'm using that to fuel my crusade more, to help
Yes.
my mom more. And, everybody has said, you could have stopped, you could have took a
Yes.
break, you could have done anything, and you still showed up to everything that we had planned, for dad and for the business. So I want to use his story and
Yes.
what we didn't know financially as well to help others to not have the same experience.
And I keep mentioning this whenever we talk about resilience, Sarah. Defining moments can either break you or make you.
Yes.
And it's amazing that you and I were able to use it as life lesson for us to be better. Like I
Yes.
feel like you and I are stronger now because of these defining moments. And I did mention a lot, I lost my husband too last year, so that was
Yes.
another defining
I'm so
moment for me.
sorry.
Thank you, and sorry also about your dad. And really making those lessons, making those moments part of us is just how we navigate life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
Yes,
I just
definitely.
feel that we all have our issues, defeats, and challenges. It's up to us to make it work for us, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love
Thank you.
that, you know, what you said about everything being a lesson, and
Mm-hmm.
I I really I feel that strongly, especially lately. Like, even us connecting, I'm like, this is
Yes.
meant to be and a lesson to learn. And so I appreciate you.
Thank you. You too. You as well. Know that you're here in my heart now. All right. So you did mention stepping out of your comfort zone. I heard you a while ago. And that's also another topic that I talk about in this podcast because I believe, Sarah, that stepping outside your comfort zone is essential for growth. For
Yes.
me, um, you and I have been in the field of education. Me moving a career change, a drastic career change to become a motivational speaker. That was stepping out of my comfort zone. And if you're a motivational speaker, part of your marketing or for people to get to know you, social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, all my life I've loved posting, like reflecting on quotes or just, celebration, showing celebration, but like really actually talking on the camera, that was a totally different story, right?
Oh,
So in the
yes.
beginning, I did baby steps, okay? I did maybe a 2-minute video of myself. I was literally practicing, memorizing what I was gonna say. All right.
Mm.
And sometimes I would look at my notes until eventually I became very comfortable. It became 5 minutes. And now I just, when I could be driving and I have a thought in my head, like I wanted to like send some positivity or motivational um, messages on people, I just literally stop, turn the camera on. I always have my microphone and my
Oh, I love
portable,
that.
unlike, and then like a tripod, and I just stop and I talk, and I feel that authenticity, those moments of weaknesses, those moments of like defeats that I share with people are the strongest when it comes to sending messages to people. Not always like, hey, I got this, I got rewarded. No, it's those special moments that we go through in life because
Right.
people actually can relate with you. Like life is beautiful, but life is hard. You need to be able to navigate it by stepping
Yes.
outside your comfort zone. And this has been um, the biggest, most successful thing that I've ever done in my life, just stepping out of my comfort zone. Although I love teaching, I love my students. You know that. We'll never
Yes.
forget being that love
Oh,
for teaching, but I
definitely.
love what I'm
Yeah.
doing. What
Yes,
about you, Sarah?
absolutely.
When have you? I know you mentioned about like you wanted to move out of the house. That's a big stepping out. Are there any other moments when you really stepped out of your comfort zone in order for you to grow?
Definitely. So, uh, well, first of all, in this business in general, being in the, I feel like, unfortunately, it seems as though, based on where my background is, based on being a woman, based on being a
Mm-hmm.
teacher, a lot of people, say to me, "What do you know about finances?"
Yeah.
And that is exactly the reason why I'm pushing harder, going out of that comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
I was praying for more financial guidance in my life. And this company was actually started by a teacher. But in once I found that out, I really gravitated towards it. But there's been a lot of things within this business that is outside of my comfort zone where, like you said, with my coach was like, you have to be more authentic, you need
Mm-hmm.
to go live and things like that. And still, there's still some quirkiness of like doing that with me, but I said, if I'm going to do this, like
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning, how you talked about intentional, I said, I can't just go on video and just be on video just to be on video. I want to
Mm-hmm.
make it intentional. So that's when I'm not into a full podcast like you, but I call what I'm doing Saturday Savings with Sarah, and I am intentional with either collaborating with somebody like yourself, or I might bring something that I found in the community or through our resources that can save people money. But at first, that was very much outside of my comfort zone. My coach said go live for 1 minute, and I think it was like 10 seconds, and I thought it was like an eternity. And sometimes going live, like there'll be nobody there.
That's
So
hard.
I
Being live is hard.
so I felt like that was very uncomfortable for me at first. So having like a guest or a friend on with me helped, because then you're having more of a conversation
Mm-hmm.
in that. Um, and even just like you said, like we as teachers, we always do public speak. We always
Mm-hmm.
speak in front of the class,
Yes.
but I had always been a elementary teacher, and even my voice, sometimes I'll hear it,
Yeah, we're
and
animated, right?
yes, or I sound more like a child, like my voice
Yes.
doesn't sound adult, and maybe because I've always talked to
Yeah,
children.
same.
So
Same
yeah,
here.
so I'm always trying to work on that and step out of the comfort zone. And
Mhm.
even networking, some people are so nice and it's easy, and some people you're like, I'm not sure how to just say hi, like what I mean. But I always give myself a goal of like, I want to
Right.
talk to this many people, and then do that. And once I start, I feel more comfortable, you know what I
Right?
mean? But
You'll do it. If you have the heart for it, you can do it. Like baby steps. That's how we step out. Just like baby steps, right? 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, and start with your
yeah,
own friends first so that you're comfortable. And what I do is it's always like in the beginning of a podcast we talk about just how was your day? Just a little story just to get that
yes,
rapport and not that anxiousness out of your system, right? Until you're
yes.
really ready to dive into questions. You're doing great. You're doing great, by the way. You're
Oh,
ready for
you're
podcasting.
amazing, so it's making it easier, of
And
course.
I'm here to mentor you if you want to start your own podcast.
I love that.
I'll
Thank
gladly do
you.
that to you. You're welcome. Now, Sarah, visualization has been such a power tool in my journey. Actually, just last week I launched a new venture. It's called Gentle Strength Connection, and it's like we're empowering women and helping them build resilience. And it actually started because of visualization. Visualization. So my partner and I we're at the beach. We're actually in the water when we're like talking about our own individual businesses. We like me, my motivational speaker, and she was a coach, and we started visualizing how our life would be better if we go if we move forward like
Mm.
more towards our individual goals. And all of a sudden we were visualizing um coming up with group mentorship, or me keynotes talking in conferences, or going to women's shelter, like just envisioning,
Mm.
visualizing both of us doing that. And then all of a sudden, here we are. We created, and we started, we set up a new business because of that visualization. So I feel that it's a powerful tool for anyone to look at themselves in 5 years, in 10 years. Where do you want to go? Actually see yourself. What do you want to accomplish, what you want to do in life? Like having that mental image in your mind, I think that is not just being intentional, but being, what do you call that, like, just striving for success. What about
Yes.
you? Did you ever use visualization in anything?
Yes. This is kind of, uh, I guess, kind of a weird situation, but like I had, unfortunately, had a car accident, earlier when I was in high school, and I had to go through, an MRI
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. And that was just very uncomfortable for me, like being in the MRA tunnel.
Of
And at that
course.
time, that's when I started to use visualization and things like that with almost everything in life. I would say a lot of times, like my ideas might be like out of the box to most
Okay.
people, but I feel like that's really helped me in life. So I always tell people, to dream big.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you're, this is from my mentor, but I use it in my life as well. Like, if your dream, if people aren't laughing at it, then it's not big enough, you know? And so for me, like, I would just say that, like, lately I've been having a lot of ideas about, I had bought a camouflage bag,
Mm-hmm.
and what I'm doing it is such a crusade. So, really branding that, and like telling people if they see me in the community to say hi, and then bringing my bag around with me, so that, like, because sometimes we all go through life with our head down, with our what
Yes.
our goals are, and we don't even say hi to people. We say hi on
Yes,
social
we're so
media more
focused on
than.
success,
Yes.
and
Yes. And so I'm trying to, I shouldn't say try. I am gravitating towards being out in the community more, but like I'm like, how will people know me? How will people see me? And so I love, the group that we're a part of, that you meet so many times a month,
mm-hmm.
and love that. So having groups like that, and yeah, so visualization, like, having that Saturday savings and having
Mm-hmm.
that bag, and really, it just all stems back to your intentions and having that
Yes,
goal in front of
yes.
you, and each time you hit that goal, visualizing more for yourself.
Yeah, I think it's a powerful tool. If everybody can visualize where they want to be, then they
Yeah,
have no choice but to move to it, towards it, right?
right.
That's what my thinking. Now, we're both educators, and now we're on our own different line of individual businesses or line of work. But as a teacher, we were we wanted to always have this growth mindset. I'm sure in your school you
Yes.
talk about growth mindset, that we want to
Oh,
teach our
yes.
students. Our administrators are always helping us develop our growth mindset so that we could continuously grow. As a teacher, we were always growing, professional development, meetings, just observation, right?
Yes.
So I believe a lot in improvement. So my way to improve really is getting feedback from people. Like, I ask my family and my friends after, let's say, a podcast episode in the beginning, like, is there something I could improve on? Maybe the way I look, the way I talk, the way I present my content, or the way my editing is, anything so that I could provide my viewers with a great podcast. All right, so I always want to continuously grow, and sometimes feedbacks are not good, feedbacks are negative, and that's okay. I always find everything constructive. That's how I grow as a person. I always believe that I have more things to do to be better. I'm not perfect. There's always room for improvement. And every day I find that thing that I can do on a daily basis to improve myself. Like, don't laugh, even putting makeup on. I had to learn that. I had to, like I
No,
said,
me
speak,
too.
you know what I mean,
I'm
speak
still
in
learning.
public. You know what I
I'm
mean? Like,
still
I feel
learning.
right. Me too. Me too. So again, just continuously finding ways to improve myself as a motivational speaker is a life. I think it's going to be lifelong because I'm a lifelong learner. So it's what I want to
Yes.
do. Always learn to grow through the
Yes.
people that I encounter, through experiences, and through lifelong lessons. What about you? Anything to share, Sarah, about how you grow as a person?
Oh, definitely. Um, forgot to mention behind you my visualization.
Board. Is
So
that your vision board?
well, we love to travel, and our
Oh,
mentor, he wanted us to win a trip to New York. So I actually bought that off of Amazon, so I could always be looking at it
oh,
when
I
I'm doing my
love
meeting.
that.
Yes,
I'm from New York. I love New York. So that's a
yes.
good vision,
It,
visualization.
and my husband is from New York, so of
Uh-huh.
course, I had to win it from him for him, and
Aw.
he's my partner in the business, and
Okay.
I couldn't do a lot of it without him because we balance each other out, for
Of
sure. I'm the
course.
overthinker and he's the fun one, and
You have to. You have to find
yeah,
somebody who balance you. Imagine if you're both the same. Then
yeah,
you're losing some aspects of the business or life, right? So you'd rather have
yes,
differences so you both can meet and have the same and be
yes,
one and be one.
yes. And like you said, with a growth mindset, I I can, you know, I think our teaching careers happen for a reason so that we can continue to grow,
Yes.
and I love that about teaching. But as I said, I overthink, and sometimes I'm overcritical with myself,
Okay.
but at the same time, you know, you must choose a career that is, you know, you are important. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't want to always be comparing myself to everybody in the
Mm-hmm.
business at the same time, but at the same time, I use other people that we're surrounded by as a method to self observe
Development.
myself. But
Okay.
we have our mentors as well that they'll say, if you want me to come on and review your meetings with you,
Mm-hmm.
or if there's something you have a question about, always come to us. We become like a family here, and just like you said, like the goal is to always help the client and the
Right.
viewers and things like that, or the student. But I love my teaching career, but I feel like I'm always in that loop of like growth mindset, so I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it's definitely drilled into you as a teacher.
Yes, yes. I think once a teacher, always a teacher at heart.
Yes.
I don't think we can totally leave the profession. It's just the
No.
way we were built, you know what I mean? Like teachers
Yeah.
are resilient, teachers are
Yes.
just creative
Teachers
people.
are
Like
amazing.
it
Yes.
is. It's a hard job. People don't understand what we go through on a daily
Oh no.
basis. Especially nowadays, it takes a heart, like a big heart to be a teacher. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yes.
So, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you. All right. Now,
I
Sarah, if there is one idea or one concept or quote that you want to leave the audience, I mean the viewers with, what would that be? Like just like to
yeah. And
inspire them.
I would just say, it's a kind of a three part,
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin Franklin, he basically said, you know, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest.
I
And
agree.
a lot of people, want to excel in life, but maybe they're not learning about different skills or different, you know, lessons they can learn, whether it's going back to school or, getting a high paying certificate or
Hmm.
public speaking and learning marketing and things like that. But, generational wealth starts with one risk taker.
Okay.
And, you know, that is something that can be risky to, bet on yourself, but it will reap the rewards if you're putting the time in. So just, time is non-refundable.
Yes,
So,
and it's precious, it's valuable.
yeah,
Yeah.
having as much time in that self-awareness as well as time with your family as possible. Just, you know,
Hmm.
I just say again, if you are thinking hard on something, do it.
Yes.
Don't
Yes, don't
don't worry
procrastinate.
about,
Just go for it.
yeah, anybody else that's not doing it.
Not only that, if you and I can do it and we were teachers, anyone can
Yes,
do it. Anyone can be
yes.
successful if they put their mind and hearts into it. I
And
agree with that.
Candace, I'm not sure if you had the same experience, but you know, I stayed in teaching for as long as I did because I kept being told, you're here for the kids and, what will the kids do without you? And, I had that guilt of, I don't want to leave the kids, but when I found this, I said, well, this will help me help the whole family
Yes.
and help those kids as well. And as in return, donate my time, donate more funding towards,
Okay.
those causes and things like that. So I would just say, to all the teachers out there, do what's best for you and
For
your
you.
family,
Yes.
and the kids will always have some kind of nurturer teacher there,
Yes.
you know.
And we still have teachers who are really passionate about their jobs, who
Yes.
are really dedicated and who love the kids unconditionally. Um,
Yes.
and you've done your part. You've shared your life experiences with them, and I'm sure your students were empowered by you. No.
Thank you. You as
So
well.
thank you. I mean, Sarah, I just want to say thank you for this wonderful connection, wonderful conversation that we have. And oh, it's been a pleasure. I learned a lot of insights from you as well. I might probably connect with you about the financial part. All right. And do you have any parting words to the viewers about Saturday Sarah or anything that you want to leave the viewers with before you go?
Um,
Or
yes, thank you so much, Candace. Um, like I said, I am 2 years into the business here. I'm in the Tampa Bay area, but we
Mhm.
operate in all 50 states.
Okay.
And just we have a free financial need analysis, but we also have free books on strategies for money. And nowadays, some people will require you to pay for just any guidance. We're willing just to have the conversation, to provide you the tools, and we're really wanting your family to do well. We're training to become full financial analysts here, like
Okay.
more like a CPA, more about your personal finance lives. And as a teacher, I was always told, go to school, get your master's, get, a good paying job, and you'll be retired, etc. Nowadays, even when I was teaching, I didn't know where my money was going. I
Okay.
didn't know anything about the retirement. So just really know what you have in place. And if you have any questions, as she said, I am on Facebook as Sarah Hutchings, co of Saturday Savings with Sarah, as well as Instagram. I'm always willing to jump on a Zoom with you for any questions you have, or if you're local, meet for coffee and things like that. But if you're interested in doing what Candace and myself are doing, we can help you or, provide you with other friends in mind that might want to do what you are interested in. So I'm here to do it all and
Uh-huh.
empower you
I
to
love
do
that.
so.
And then when I publish this one, I'm going to be showing you her social media handles, her links, so that if you want to connect with
Oh, thank
Sarah,
you.
feel free to do so. All right. And again, this is Candice Ruggiero. My newest venture is Gentle Strength Connection, where like Sarah, we empower women in helping them build resilience. Our area of focuses are leadership, health and wellness, grief and loss. We talk about
Mm,
authenticity, intentionality, and then there's one more. I forgot. Okay, so we have six main focus, and we are here for everyone to just find their best versions of themselves and be successful. All
yes, I
right.
love
So
that.
again, Sarah, thank you for being a wonderful, wonderful guest. Looking forward for more collaboration. And to the viewers of Intentional Excellence, thank you for always tuning in. Always, always stay intentional, stay purposeful, stay driven, enjoy life. Life is good. Go live it. Don't just live it, thrive. Again, this is
Ooh,
Candice Ruggiero. Thank you for having me here in this podcast. Again, Sarah, have a wonderful evening. Bye.
you as well.